Here I was just sitting, doing my own thing, and like just a thought came to me, and I was like, I had a conversation with somebody, and this conversation involved where someone told me that a friend of theirs met someone, and within a space of 2 years, they were married, and you know, all of that. And it got me wondering, and I'm like, wow, um, there are people that meet their people and they don't waste time and they just, make it official, want to be with that person and so forth. And then it got me wondering, like, I remember and I know that usually when I did ever pray, like for a man, like they say we should pray for the type of man that we want. When I do pray, several occasions I like to be specific with what I'm asking God or the type of man I'm asking God to send me. So specific in saying I want someone that's wealthy, someone that's financially stable, someone that's loving and caring, not abusive, someone that's caring, someone that's not abusive, someone that is not emotionally, physically abusive, and someone that cares about family. All of those things that each person wants, and like wants in a man. And I know that I've learned that I need to be specific in when I pray, and I need to be specific in what I'm asking God to do for me. And He knows my heart, so He knows whether I'm being genuine or not, and He knows what's best for me. He knows what I need. So in that whole situation, so a couple of months ago, I met somebody off Tinder, and I was just about to delete my profile. So I met someone, we went on a date, we got to know each other, we ended up getting into a relationship. And as soon as I met this person, I was just like, this is my person. And literally, I knew very little about him. So whether he was financially stable or not or anything, I never knew that. But from our interactions in the beginning led me to believe that he was financially okay, and him being in South Africa for just under a year and what I had seen that he had been able to like achieve and get gave me hope, like this guy's working on something. Okay, cool. Fast forward to slowly in the relationship realizing that for between these 2 and 3 months that we've been together, we've not done anything. We've not gone out. We've not even gone out to eat. We've not done anything that requires money. So it was just like me going over to his place and blah 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 blah, which was obviously not ideal because that's not the type of relationship I like being in. And nevertheless, it was a new relationship. We're still getting to know each other and figuring out what we like and what we don't like. Okay, fast forward. This relationship ended abruptly. This relationship ended abruptly, and to my surprise, I was still like 2-3 weeks after this had ended. I was still trying to figure out what happened. Did we fight? I was going back and forth on the conversations we had and what led to this whole breakup. And there was a point in time where I realized that I'm just playing myself if I'm gonna try and question and try and ask this person. There was no way that I was not gonna get anywhere with this person, because I also kind of realized that the person was no longer interested in being in a relationship anymore. Well, with me, of course. So fine, I move on with my life as one should, and I've just been doing my own thing since then and whatever. And I was in the shower and I had realized, and I had seen a couple of situations where I realized that this guy really is like broke. Like he's broke. And so I realized this guy is broke, and he's been like broke. Like it's like a guy that gets a little bit of money. Let's say he gets maybe 2 or 3K, and he acts like he's got a lot of money or whatever. And then I realized that when I was asking God for a man and I was specific in my prayers, and even when I was in a relationship with this guy, there are a couple of times where I actually prayed over the relationship and I said, God, I don't know what's going on, but can you please lead me? If this is the person I'm supposed to be with, this is the person I'm supposed to be with. And obviously at the time it didn't click, and I only realized that now because I was the last person I was in a relationship with, and I realized that I was specific with my prayers and what I asked God for, and God knows what my worth is and what I deserve and what He has in store for me. So what He did is He removed me out of the situation. He removed me out of that relationship. No matter how it happened, He removed me from that relationship, from that situation, because He knew that that was not what I asked for. And I was saying, like, it was not what I deserve. It was not what I asked for. It's not what I need. It's not what God has in store for me. It's not what, yeah. So basically, that just came to me, and I was like, because I'm so specific in whenever I ask for something, and if I put myself in a situation that God says, but baby girl, this is not what you need. This is not what you asked for. He removes me out of the situation. And I didn't actually think about it in that way, because you sit there wondering, like, oh, this relationship has ended. It's because we are doing things in our own time and not in God's time. So, like, I'm rushing the steps. Like, I should slow down, and God will do the rest. But we as people we as humans, we end up rushing the steps, and we find ourselves crumbling, and then we're like, oh my God, another failed relationship, another 2-3 month relationship failed. It's because that you weren't supposed to date the person. Yeah, you maybe were supposed to get to know them, take your time, but you were not supposed to be in a relationship with that specific person. And you know, it also got me thinking, like, I ended up going through my contact list, and I was like, I have so many guys on my contact list, or guys that I had been talking to and whatever, and I realized that 95% of those guys, I don't want to be in a relationship with them. I don't want anything. And I was keeping them there on my phone list, on my WhatsApp contact list, as someone to talk to when I'm bored, someone to go chill with when I'm bored, and I don't actually have any. And like, I just went through my contact list, and I'm like, there's nothing good that's gonna come out of me talking to you every day and all of that. So I might as well just delete your number. And the funny thing is that I had a conversation with someone last night, and I asked them if they had a car, and they told me no, they don't, and they've been in this country for 5 years. And I also asked what they did to get money. So the guy told me that he has 2 cars in Uber or wah like that, and that's what he uses to cover his bills. So I'm like, okay. And what else? So you depend. So if Uber doesn't have a good run, or like you're not having a good month, like, what else do you have to make sure your bills are covered? Your bills are covered. I'm not saying anything to do with me, but your bills are covered. And I realized that the guy said to me, is it a problem that I don't have a car? And I said, yes. Actually, it is a problem. I was honest with him, and I was honest with myself. It is a problem. If we want to go away on a weekend away, if we want to go do stuff and all of that, we're going to have to take a Uber. And like, for me, this was something that I wasn't willing to sacrifice. Like, it's not like I'm not willing to sacrifice. It's not that I'm not being materialistic, but like, have a car. Like, you're a man, have a car. How do you get around? Like, how are we going to get around? How are we going to do things together if we have to constantly Uber? And I said to him, that is actually going to be an issue. And he was like, oh, I'm about to get one. I'm going to get one. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. You're going to get one. You're about to get one. Okay, cool. Whatever the situation may be. But I also didn't really like, I didn't feel anything. Like, I just felt like I'm just not there. Like, I don't want, like, this is not somebody that I even want to, like, actually meet, pursue a relationship with, all of that. And I was just like, I just blocked them. I didn't say anything. I just blocked their numbers. And sometimes I think that we need to be cutthroat. Like, you just need to go through your contact list, delete, block, without saying anything, and move on with your life. And that's exactly what I've done. And this is exactly what I'm going to do going on forward. I'm not going to force anything. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat anything. It is what it is, and that's the reality. So this is what I'm seeing. This is not what I want. What am I doing about it? Moving on. What am I doing? I'm past that stage, like, where I'm trying to look for the cons and pros, and then the pros outweigh the cons, and then me trying to say maybe it will work, maybe it will be better. No, those times are gone. I'm older. I should be wiser, and I should look out for the interest of my heart and everything else.